Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today we're getting into recent silver market trends you need to know. Warren Buffett's billion-dollar silver buy signal is back, and history shows this could send silver prices up. While everyone's waiting to see if there's any gold left in Fort Knox, another more obscure vault is hemorrhaging silver, and it's happening right in plain sight. The last time this happened, Warren Buffett sank more than $650 million into silver and owned almost a third of the above ground silver on the planet. So believe us when we say it's worth paying attention to. Because Buffett generally doesn't move money around just for fun. The first time he invested in silver was in the late 1960s. It took time, but the move paid off, with silver rising more than 1,000% in the following years. 30 years later, Buffett saw the same buy indicators light up again, only this time he had more funds at his disposal. He bought 130 million ounces of silver, more than 25% of global annual production. That's how convinced he was in the accuracy of his indicators. And as you can see in the chart, silver started to go up and up, and up some more. By his own admission, Buffett botched the trade, buying and selling early, but he still made more than $500 million. So, what did he see that made him so confident in the investment and made him so much money? 3 simple things: massive ongoing deficit, stagnant supply, plummeting stockpiles. Now here's the interesting part. It's been almost exactly 30 years once again. All 3 of Warren Buffett's silver indicators are perfectly aligned, and a 4th one is in play no one saw coming. Which means another billion-dollar opportunity is right in front of you, but not for long. Let me show you exactly how close we are to seeing silver skyrockets. Silver's third turning is unfolding. In the early 1990s, industrial demand for silver surpassed production. That ongoing deficit is the number one reason Buffett decided to step in. He said the production and reclamation of silver are running about 100 million ounces less than consumption. By 2001, the cumulative deficit stood at 1.2 billion ounces. It wasn't until 2006, the year Buffett sold, when the market reached equilibrium. The silver surplus lasted until 2021, when the deficit returned with a fury. The combined deficits of 2021 and 2022 demolished the cumulative surpluses from the previous 11 years, and it hasn't let up. The 3 largest silver market deficits in recorded history have been in the last 3 years. The cliff has been eerily similar to when Buffett was watching in the mid-1990s. Warren bought in at a cumulative 700 million ounce deficit. The market zoomed right past that last year. And Sprott Asset Management predicts that the annual deficit will continue, averaging more than 200 million ounces through 2030. The silver vaults are getting ransacked. Of course, Buffett considered secondary silver supply as a solution to the deficit. He said, "There are enormous quantities of silver above ground that could conceivably add to supply." But he quickly observed that those inventories were, as he said, falling materially. And once again, the major vaults have been quietly hemorrhaging silver for years. From 21 to 23, COMEX depositors withdrew a third of its silver. That's 120 million ounces. And from its peak in 2021, LBMA is down more than 400 million ounces. It dropped 71 million ounces, or nearly 10%, in January 2025 alone. Based on LBMA movements from the past 3 years, the vault will be dry by 2028. Which brings us to the third part of Buffett's thesis. Silver supply cannot and will not be replaced very quickly. He said, "There are relatively few pure silver mines, so it's not easy to add production. Less than a fifth of silver production is from mines that primarily produce it, so supply is stagnant. Despite rising industrial demand, silver supply in 2024 was less than it was in 2014. It's expected to stay low, even though new demand from an unexpected source is accelerating." Silver's day in the sun. Solar's taken over from photography as a primary demand driver for silver, and demand is skyrocketing. Solar demand for silver doubled from 2022 to 24, from 12% of the market to 23% of the market. Sprott estimates that by 2030, 370 million ounces of silver is going to be needed for solar every year. Remember, all 3 of Buffett's indicators are perfectly aligned, and there's rising demand from solar. That's why Katusa Research believes we're in the earliest stages of a long-term silver bull market. Back when Buffett invested, other people made fortunes too, like Tom Kaplan, billionaire today and the largest collector of Rembrandts globally, and Ross Beatty, back when he was the CEO of Pan American Silver. Buffett's move happened right while Ross was taking Pan American public, and it helped make Ross a billionaire. Now, Tom sees the same thing happening again. He said, Buffett took his position at $4.50, and silver ultimately went back to $50. You're going to see something not dissimilar once again in silver. If investors are going to make billions from silver, Katusa Research readers should be among them. That's why the KR team has prepared a special guide to silver. In the guide, you'll find silver's dual role, swap line politics, and historical cycles, and how they're aligning for explosive gains. Plus, a battle-tested framework for finding the best silver investments before Wall Street. And finally, how to use the way of the alligator, Marin Katusa's investment strategy himself, to position yourself for the next mega moves in silver. You can download the guide in the link below and start reading it now. You won't regret it. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel, and get ready for our next video.
Subscribe to the KRO, which is a Katusa Resource Opportunities, to find out exactly what prices I'm buying at and what price I sell at before the trade occurs. And you get to sell before I do. If you want to give your portfolio an edge, consider becoming a member and giving it a try for yourself.